Welcome to this video, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know, it's a bit of a reach, but hear me out. I'm not going to waste any time, I'm going to get straight into it. With certain things that have come to light recently, I'm not going to say what they are because I do want to preserve, you know, the nature of the show and the surprises and the natural order of, you know, seeing things unfold on the screen. But if you are in the know, there are certain images that have surfaced regarding a future storyline and plot point. Now, I'm not going to say what those are, but hopefully you can instill what you need to know what I'm getting at. Now, with that, it brings into question. So this could potentially be a bit spoilery in a sense. So if this isn't your thing, then click off the video. But essentially, I'm going to be talking about the Puerto Rico image and what that could mean. You know, why is Robby with Johnny? Now, it could just be Tanner visiting them, but they're both wearing FBI shirts. I think there's more to it than meets the eye, if you know what I mean. But I don't want to over-speculate with that. But it does throw a lot of things into question. And with everything that's riding on this season, we already know firsthand that this season, Robby is coming down to an ultimatum. And we already know that Hawk has been hidden from most of the promotional footage. And with that in mind, one thing that's really sticking out to me is I have been a big advocate for Robby and Miguel to bury the beef, bury the hatchet. And I've said 1,000 times that Robby and Miguel's not little spat, it involved in one of them getting kicked over a railing, beef can be solved with a simple conversation. And the simple conversation between these two characters could be the bridge that Johnny needs to find the balance in his life between his adopted son and his real son. And with Carmen in the fold, I really feel like that could come to fruition. And it's just crazy to think that down the line, Robby and Miguel could be stepbrothers. But I also want to link this video to Hawk too. This is like a hybrid video. Because now that I've touched upon Robby and Miguel, and them two coming to terms with each other, I think that's more likely than Robby and Hawk coming together. I think Robby and Hawk genuinely have a disdain for each other. I think they don't like each other. And I think it's going to be a long time before these two ever bury the hatchet. Now, Hawk has been hidden from a lot of promotional material. Even the All Valley promo stuff. Even when you see Eagle Fang rock up and everything, you don't see Hawk. Now, I did have the theory out there that Hawk could get absolutely battered or injured before the All Valley, and he shows up after the demonstrations, and he's like, hey, you know, I'm here, I'm showing up. That could happen. But what if Hawk does join Miyagi-Do? What if he joins his binary brother in Miyagi-Do? I think Hawk is the perfect character for Daniel to take a shine to. I feel like Daniel and Hawk will bond so well. They'll get along like two peas in a pod. As much as Johnny and Hawk have that, you know, relationship established, I do feel like Daniel, you know, will look at Hawk to fill that void that he now has lost because Robby has basically buggered off. Daniel has an affinity for broken characters and wanting them to, you know, see their potential and get the best out of them. And I think Hawk could fill that void. And I think the headspace that Hawk's in at the moment, where his redemption moment was saving Dimitri, but his true redemption begins now, what better person to teach him the way of redemption than Daniel LaRusso? It just makes the most sense to me. So if, for example, and again, this is all just theory, this is just speculation, it doesn't mean I fully believe, okay, Robby's in Eagle Fang and Hawk's in Miyagi-Do. This is just a theory that I'm throwing out there. Because knowing that Robby makes the ultimate choice at the end of this season, right? It's been stuff that the cast have talked about, Tanner's talked about it. He could very well stay in Cobra Kai. I want people to prepare for that also, that Robby could 100% stay in Cobra Kai probably forever. And that might not necessarily be a bad thing. He may stay in Cobra Kai, but he may come to the consensus of, hey, it doesn't mean we have to be enemies. You know, it could be that. But if Hawk were to transition to Miyagi-Do, alongside his binary brother Dimitri, I could see a world where maybe Robby joins Eagle Fang. Because there's no... Again, by this point, I think Miguel and Robby could bury the beef and bury the hatchet, and Hawk won't be in the picture, because these two just have so much bad blood between them, that and Season 4 is only going to amplify it, that maybe Robby does reunite with his father. Maybe he doesn't go back to Miyagi-Do. Maybe he doesn't stay in Cobra Kai. Maybe he joins Johnny. Maybe father and son are on the same page, and it's further brought to this situation. And the reason I say this is I think one of the creators, I can't remember which one did it, but one of them tweeted with a picture of Robby saying, Anakin wishes he had this arc. This is something I've been talking about for a whole year now. The parallels between Robby Lawrence, right? Not Robbie Keane, Robby Lawrence, which I think he will embrace, and Anakin Skywalker they are so strong, it's almost impossible to ignore them. They're slap bang right in your face. The scene where he's fighting against Johnny, it's akin to Luke versus Vader, Obi-Wan versus Anakin, the fallen, protege that falls from grace and goes against everything that he stood for. And with that in mind, which Anakin are they talking about? Are they talking about the Anakin that goes fully Darth Vader? Or are they talking about the Anakin that redeems and saves his son's life? That's where we're at. And a lot can happen in a season. I do feel like Season 3 laid the foundation for them to really stretch Robby being in Cobra Kai. So he could very well stay in Cobra Kai for, probably the length of the show. But I just feel like with everything that we now know, and that Puerto Rico image, it's just making me rethink everything. And this is what I've said a million times before, is these theories are fun, and it's fun to speculate, but I guarantee you, when the show airs, we are going to be dead wrong on about, I'd say a good 80% of these theories. Like, even the ones that I've done are probably going to be wrong. I always use this as an example, and it pertains to these two characters, actually. When the Season 3 trailer dropped, I said that Robby would redeem and make up for his mistakes, and Hawk would descend into darkness. I got it half right, but I got it the wrong way round. Hawk redeemed, in a way, and now redeeming for his mistakes, and Robby's the one that fell to darkness. So I was kind of right, but then I was kind of wrong. If you see what I mean, like that's what I mean about theories. As fun as it is to speculate, there is a lot of potential there to be dead wrong on stuff. So I just want people to have that context in mind. That this video doesn't mean I 100% think Robby's going to join Eagle Fang or Hawk's going to join Miyagi-Do. But this was something that came up in a recent stream on my brother Evan's channel, All Things Cobra Kai. He hosted a quiz, and then afterwards we were talking and discussing. And we were all in sort of like this moment where we said, hey, what if Robby joins Eagle Fang? Because I don't see him going back to Miyagi-Do. I really don't. Like, I mean, I think him and Daniel they'll sort that out, but I think Robby's future could really lie with his father. And what better way than if Hawk is in Miyagi-Do? That way there's no bad blood there. Robby and Miguel bury the hatchet, and Johnny has both of his sons with him. The only thing that brings this into a bit of a conflicted nature is the fact that Hawk and Johnny really connect as well on a deeper level. He's the one that convinced Eli to change from, nerdy, wimpy Eli to badass Hawk. He's the one that did that for him. Hence the scene in Season 3 where he's like, when you came into my dojo, you were softer than a baby's ass. It's all those kind of things. So even though on paper this would be cool, Robby joining Eagle Fang and Hawk joining Miyagi-Do, it still could happen. I feel like the loyalty that Hawk would have to Johnny, it could still be strong enough to keep him with Johnny. But the lore of Miyagi-Do could really fascinate Hawk. And Hawk is offensively one of the best fighters on the show. Hands down. You give Hawk defense, and it's plot. Literally, the only thing that's holding him back is plot. That's the only thing. And the reason I do a lot of videos on Hawk and Robby in particular is because they fascinate me the most. It doesn't mean that Miguel and Sam and Tori aren't cool. They are. It's just, Miguel, is going to be the rise of a champion. He's the champion that falls only to rise. And in Season 5 and 6, Miguel is going to rise. El Serpiente. Samantha LaRusso, the GOAT, is going to reach absolute new levels and new heights. And she's going to be the heir to the LaRusso legacy. I'm excited to see what Dimitri has in store for him, the Neville Longbottom of the show. He's going to go from strength to strength. He's going to be the dark horse of the tournament for sure. And then even Tori, the things that we've been hearing about Tori as time's been going along, I really feel like there's potential there for her. But as of this moment, the two characters that I think are really going to stick out for me next season, in terms of the kids, is Robby and Hawk. Because in Season 3, these two are elevated to such a higher level that I can't wait to see what's in store for them. But I've rambled on long enough. Guys and girls, jump in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. And again, you know, I've mentioned a lot in this video with regards to if Robby joins Eagle Fang, he has to bury the hatchet with Miguel first. He can't just join Eagle Fang and that's that. Him and Miguel need to be cool. And if he were to join Eagle Fang, Hawk wouldn't accept him either because of that beef. So if Hawk joins Miyagi-Do with his best friend Dimitri, where maybe it links to his arc, that's the most organic way I can see it playing out. And the only thing I will say with this is Robby's, like, redemption turn for me has to be, like, the final one. I don't want everyone to keep switching sides. Like, I want Robby to switch, but other than Robby, I think, you know, you need some bad guys in there. You need Kyler to be in Cobra Kai because he's a jerk. You could have Tori redeem in some way, but I still want her to stick with Cobra Kai. I think she fits it. She's perfect for it. And it's not that Robby isn't. It's just that I think Robby's arc is past karate. It's the video I did ages ago talking about father figures, and there was another video I did talking about, you know, he never cared about the karate. He just wanted his father. And then Hawk's arc is coming to terms with everything that he's done the last 3 seasons to all of his friends and everything, and making up for that. So, as I said, jump in the comment section down below. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, and I'm gonna say, another Robby video! Ah! Well, this one's a 50-50. This has Hawk and Robby. So, there you go. It's a hybrid video. But I'll see you guys down in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about it, and, you know, comment the likelihood that you think this could happen. I mean, for me, I'm not sold on it, but I think there is probably a good chance that this could happen if all the chess pieces are moved in the right way. But everything's got to line up. Like, you know, Hawk's got to be willing to go to Miyagi-Do and leave Johnny and Miguel. And then that brings another thing. Will he leave Miguel? I don't think he'll do that. You know, it's all these different factors. But it's fun to speculate and to talk about anyway. So, with this being a Hawk and Robby video, I'm going to throw it back to a double line. I've never done this before. That was a lucky point. It's going to be your last. Why? Leaving early to fix that stupid haircut?